Hey everyone, good morning. Really good to see you. I am just starting my day and I wanted you to come along with me. Today might be a little hodgepodgey, might be a little bit random, but I am back from home after being in Door County for a week. It was really lovely there, and I have some videos that I can insert here. Happy almost 4th of July. So yeah, it was really a really great time, and I love just being able to be with family, doing a lot of card games. I felt like the week went by really fast, and time has been really weird lately. Like, I feel like every day I just blink and the day's over. I know that the Bible does. There's so many passages in the Bible that talk about, how our life is like a flower that, it has its season to blossom but withers away. And that's just the reality of things, like life doesn't go on forever here on this earth. And I think it's just like sometimes a little bit sad to see time moving so fast, especially when you're enjoying the moment. Obviously when you're not enjoying a season, you're like, all right, let's speed this thing up, let's go. But I feel like I am really enjoying this season that I'm in right now. And I don't know, the week went by really fast. Every day I was like, I went to go see the Inside Out movie because a couple of my friends were like, let's just go see it. And I was sitting there and I was like, yada yada, like the movie came out a couple years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And like the first Inside Out came out 9 years ago. I was like, what? I don't understand how time goes by so fast. Like, it still kind of feels like, 2018 was just yesterday. Not to make this bittersweet right off the bat, but I am going to be just doing some decluttering because every time I come back from a vacation, my room ends up being a disaster. Number one, because before I leave for vacation, I trash the place because I'm looking for clothes, I'm doing all these crazy things. And then when I come back, I just dump everything on the floor, but not for a couple days. And then I need to, get my butt back into shape. So that is going to be what I'm doing right now. Then I'm going to get my day started by doing a little bit of QT, and then we'll see where it takes me. Probably going to make some bread. You'll probably see. I was craving avocado toast, and I didn't want to use the bread that we have just like in our freezer. I was like, I really want to just make homemade bread. So we'll see where this vlog takes us.
Thank you, Quiet Mind, for sponsoring this video. Quiet Mind offers the original weighted pillow for anxiety, stress, and everyday distractions. You guys, it is so cute, and it uses the science of deep pressure stimulation to offer users with the same emotional, cognitive, and physical benefits of a weighted blanket without the discomfort of overheating, feeling trapped, or lack of portability. It's also good for ADHD and anxiety, with the pressure of the pillow helping your nervous system to rest. Use our discount code COFFEEGIRLS at checkout to receive 15% off.
Okay, so I am up here in my room, and I am just kind of doing something that I find to be a really special part of a quiet time. If I choose to do, I don't always do this, but I just was like inspired to write some music today. And I like doing this as a part of my quiet time because it's very therapeutic. I kind of see it as like journaling, but to music and expressing just my heart. And I feel like lately God has really laid on me the desire to quiet distractions. And I think I really struggle to do that with social media. And the enemy's just really tried to get me with discontentment. And I really have no reason to be discontent. And I think it's just absurd that our little screens can transport us to the highlights of other people's lives, and we believe that that's reality. And we also just assume that other people have it better than us, when the reality is that everybody's struggling and everybody has their own mission from God. I know I've talked about this in a couple blogs ago about like loneliness, friendships, and things like that, but it's true that we all have our own mission from Christ, and everything else that doesn't align with our mission of glorifying God, honoring Him, loving God with our whole hearts, and loving other people, everything else is a distraction. So jealousy is a distraction that the enemy wants us to engage in, especially feeling justified in our envy and feeling like other people don't deserve what they have. It's a lie from the enemy, because all good gifts are from God, right? I mean, no good gift is ever deserved. It's always given from a loving and gracious God that just has a heart to give. And I truly believe that social media is such a toxic distraction. Our phones are such a toxic distraction. Forget about social media, our phones in general. And I just noticed, like, I just get sucked away. I hate the thing, and it really brings me down. So I'm trying to think, like, how can I, for somebody that does a job on social media, how can I just encourage people and not make them feel like, my life is, only a highlight reel. And I feel like part of that is just being honest, being real, like showing up looking like this, you know what I mean? Not always coming on and putting my best foot forward, just being honest. And for me lately, that is getting, I guess, jealous. And honestly, Isaac's had to call me out a couple times for just like, he just will like kind of be like, girl, you have, a bad attitude, or you aren't speaking very kindly. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know what? When you aren't really asking God to make you new, make you like Him, and you just get settled in the everyday patterns that you have, feeling justified in bitterness or jealousy or anger or frustration, it can make you not see, like, this is not who you're meant to be. When you're praying that the Holy Spirit work in you to just rid you of all the yuck, the gunk, the parts of you that aren't of God, if you aren't doing that, you just get settled into everyday habits, like you make life about yourself. And I was even thinking about wedding things. I'm like, if I have a wedding, do I want it to be like a big Taylor show? Do I want to get wrapped up in all of these things that don't matter as much as like a union that's supposed to represent Christ? I don't want that to be the case. And it's so easy to slip there. I'm so excited about wedding things, by the way. Like, I'm very excited about that. But I think I really need to prepare my heart for what matters. And yeah, and I think that's just getting rid of all distractions. And hopefully there can be a way that I do that isn't. Hopefully there can be a way that I do that do it that is practical, that works. And right now, that is journaling, songwriting, about exactly what I'm talking about. I have on here, quiet my mind, take me away from needless distractions, focus my gaze on what I await, my king of compassion. So that's what I have so far. And a lot of times when I write music, it doesn't really go anywhere. So lately I'm like, I would really love to do something with these, but who knows? But yeah, I've just been trying to quiet my mind from distractions, or at least that's what I'm trying to start doing, because I've noticed that I've been totally distracted. Okay, I am back, and I decided that I am going to attempt to make some bread today. A couple vlogs ago, dare I say the last vlog? Might have been the last vlog that I posted, I made bread. I'm gonna make the same bread recipe, but I'm gonna add a little bit of einkorn flour into it. For those of you that don't know anything about einkorn, welcome to the club, because I really don't know much about it other than it is an ancient grain, Earth's first wheat. Einkorn is more nutritious than modern wheats, and it contains a different type of gluten that is easier to digest. But anyways, I got these einkorn berries. I have a little tiny functional grinder, but I'm going to go ahead and use this. I will link both of these down below if you're curious. If you've been actually thinking about getting einkorn, I totally would recommend that brand. In my little mill, if you will, grinder, it grinds all types of things. I will link that down below too. I'm just gonna add it to this loaf recipe. It doesn't work as well as regular white flour because that's what gives a lot of breads this huge fluffy airy type feeling. It's going to be a little bit more dense, so if you're using a recipe that calls for whole wheat flour, I feel like this is a substitute you could use for that. So I'm not going to put it all into this bread recipe because it calls for just regular plain white flour, but I'm like, you know what, I want to use some of that. A little bit is better than nothing, and bread has been clogging me up. I'm just gonna say it. Time to make some of this bread. Hot water into the cold water to make lukewarm water. Okay, so I just had to run out to go to the chiropractor, and my mom put in the bread for me and all that. Here's how it is. It's just a cute little peasant loaf. That's what they call them. Smells so big. I will be cutting into this immediately. And what I want to do is put on avocado. Yeah, I want to just put avocado, maybe like an egg, but really avocado would be perfect on this, honestly. I think I'm gonna put on some Wisconsin cheese. Cherry cheddar. That's what I will be using. It is Wisconsin. Let's crack this baby open. Isn't this so cute? a nice little end piece. Ooh, it's fluffy in there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let's get this avocado out. Okay, how do the influencers do it? Who cares about how the influencers do it? There it is. There it is, baby. Whoa! Now all I need is some chill. I just want to crumble this thing on top. Booyah, 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 booyah. Of course, I have to put some sriracha. Yes. And now I just need some garlic salt. That's it. There it is, folks. Cheers.